What's going on, guys? So I'm making a video on how to apply thermal paste. In the picture before, you could see what type of tools you'll need to do this project. I've noticed that my temps have been spiking a little bit on my processor on my personal computer, so I thought I'd make a video of it. So I flicked the power in the back power supply on the computer, but it's always good rule of thumb to press the power button, make sure there's any leftover power to run through the computer so you don't short anything out. So I went ahead and did that. After I did that, I started unplugging all my cords in the back of the computer. Did it one by one just to be on the safe side. Right now I'm unplugging the display cables and the other HDMI cables I have currently plugged in. And then shortly after this, I'm unplugging the USB Type A's and the Ethernet. It does take a little bit of time. I do have quite a bit of stuff plugged into this computer as I use it for everything. The next thing I did is I went and got my screwdriver, and with this computer I have a smart case and a giant glass panel, so I have to unscrew the bolt that locks the turning door completely. It's just a simple Phillips head screw. Once you get that off, you can then open up the door and pick it out. It does require a little bit of finger strength to take the screw out completely. You can do it with a screwdriver if you want to, but I didn't want to lose the bolt anywhere. And once those are gone, it's hard to find them. Anyway, so now I have the glass plate off, and I'm going to go ahead and do a turnaround of the computer because I just want to make sure there's no dust or anything that's causing the computer to overheat. Everything looks good. Now I flipped the computer over. I didn't get a clip of that because it's hard to hold a camera and flip a really heavy computer at the same time, so I didn't want to break anything, so I just flipped it, put it on its side, and then made a video piece of that. In this next clip, you are going to see me disassembling the AIO in 250%. Originally, when I had this video recorded, it was a good 30 seconds to a full minute, and I didn't want you guys waiting that long just for me to take something off, so I just sped up the time to make it a little bit easier. Once I went ahead with that, I then individually unscrewed the last thread or two with my hand. Again, I didn't want to lose the bolts, and I didn't want anything touching the motherboard in case of short outs. So now I have the AIO off, and oh yeah, definitely need my thermal paste replaced and redone. So I'll grab an alcohol wipe, and you can pick these up for about $2 or $3 at your local Walmart, grocery store, or computer parts store if you have one of those. Completely cleaned off the thermal paste right off the processor first. It may look like I'm touching the motherboard. I'm not. I made really sure of it. And the next part I did was I had to clean off the AIO separately, and now I'm applying the thermal paste. You can do this in many methods. I just did the simple straight line right down the processor and called it good there. Next thing to do was to screw on the bolts, so I individually screwed every single one finger tight until it got to a point where I couldn't screw it on anymore, and then I took a screwdriver just to tighten the last thread down. Right from there, I plugged all my cords back in, and it was ready for a test. Everything turned on, everything looked all good, and next thing I wanted to do was I wanted to test to see what it looked like from the desktop point of view. Still running through some tests. I did go to my temp monitor, and I did see that there was a change in temperature. Normally, or before this, I was seeing 47 to 50 degrees Celsius, and it actually decreased once I re-thermal paste, so it's always good to re-thermal paste. Check Task Manager, everything looked good there, so everything looks all good and it's ready to go. But thank you for watching. Check out any other videos we have on this channel. Hopefully more will come out soon.